In the small, forgotten town of Ravenswood, where the fog clings to the trees like a shroud, there's a story that's been buried deep in the town's history. A story so terrifying that it's been passed down only in whispers. This is the tale of Anna Williams, a girl whose life was forever changed by a darkness that even time cannot erase. The year was 1974. Anna Williams was just 17, a bright, cheerful girl with a future as golden as the sunlit fields that surrounded her family's old farmhouse. But in October of that year, as the days grew shorter and the nights colder, something unexplainable began to happen. It started with small things that were easy to dismiss, a door that wouldn't stay shut, footsteps on the stairs when no one was there, a cold draft in the middle of summer. Anna's parents brushed it off as the house settling, the creaks and groans of old wood. But Anna knew something was wrong. She felt it, a presence watching her, following her even in her dreams. The nightmares began soon after. Every night, Anna would wake up at precisely 3:15 a.m., drenched in sweat, heart pounding in her chest. In these dreams, she was always in the same place, a dark, endless corridor with no doors, no windows, and no way out. The only sound was the faint, echoing footsteps that always seemed to be getting closer. Each night, she would hear a whisper, low and guttural, saying her name, Anna. And each night, it grew louder. Her parents grew concerned as Anna became increasingly withdrawn, the vibrant girl they knew slipping away. She stopped eating, her once bright eyes dulling with exhaustion and fear. The local doctor could find nothing physically wrong, but the town's older residents began to speak in hushed tones, warning the family of an old curse that lingered in the land, a curse that had claimed lives before. Then the real terror began. Objects in the house started moving on their own. Furniture rearranged itself. Photographs fell from walls and windows shattered without explanation. One night, Anna's mother found her standing in the kitchen, staring blankly at a knife she held tightly in her hand. She didn't remember picking it up. She didn't remember how she got there. The priest was called, but even he was hesitant to confront whatever evil had taken hold of the house. It was during one of these nights that Anna's father heard a sound he would never forget. From the attic came a low, inhuman growl, followed by a crash. Rushing upstairs, he found Anna standing amidst old, dusty boxes, her back turned to him. The walls were covered in strange symbols scratched deep into the wood. As he approached, she turned, and what he saw chilled him to the bone. Her eyes, once blue, were pitch black, and her smile twisted in a way that wasn't human. The next few weeks were a blur of terror. Anna was no longer herself. She spoke in tongues, languages that hadn't been heard in centuries. Her strength became unnatural, as if something far more powerful had taken over her frail body. The family tried to restrain her, but it was as if she knew their every move, her voice taunting them with secrets she shouldn't have known. Desperate, the family reached out to Father O'Malley, a priest known for dealing with the supernatural. When he arrived, the house was filled with a suffocating darkness. As he entered Anna's room, he felt an overwhelming sense of dread. She lay on the bed, eyes closed, murmuring in a language he couldn't understand. The walls were covered in symbols he recognized from ancient texts, signs of a powerful demonic presence. Father O'Malley began the exorcism, his voice steady as he read from the ancient rites. The air grew thick, almost impossible to breathe, and the temperature dropped to freezing. As he prayed, Anna's body convulsed, her eyes snapping open to reveal that inky blackness once more. She spoke in voices, many voices all at once, laughing, cursing, pleading. The room shook violently and shadows twisted on the walls, forming horrific shapes. For hours the battle raged on, the entity fighting to maintain its hold on Anna. At one point it seemed as though it would never end. that the darkness would consume not only Anna but everyone in the room. But Father O'Malley persisted, his voice growing louder, more commanding. With one final deafening roar, the demon was expelled, leaving Anna limp and unconscious on the bed. Anna eventually recovered, but the ordeal left her forever changed. She spoke little of what had happened, only that she had seen things no one should ever see. The family moved away shortly after, leaving the house to rot, its windows dark and empty like hollow eyes. But the story didn't end there. Those who have ventured near the old Williams house report strange occurrences to this day. Some say they've seen a shadowy figure in the windows, while others have heard faint whispers in the dead of night. A few brave souls who entered the house claim to have felt a cold hand on their shoulder, only to turn and find nothing there. And on some nights, if you listen closely, you can still hear the faint echoes of Anna's screams carried on the wind. The possession of Anna Williams remains one of the most horrifying and inexplicable events in Ravenswood's history. Was it a curse, a demon, or something even darker? We may never know. But if you enjoyed this chilling tale, subscribe and hit the bell for more haunted stories that blur the line between the living and the dead. Until next time, sleep with one eye open and beware the dark.